Okay, so I am running it through StreamYard now instead of YouTube just to see if that fixes the issue. So let me know if I still have a weird buzzing noise behind me or any odd sounds for that matter, or if I still sound robotic. But yeah, I basically just ditched YouTube's lovely streaming and just went through StreamYard. But the crappy part is it's not going to be as good video quality. So is my voice fixed? Okay. So then it was YouTube. It's YouTube Studio's streaming platform deciding to be a pain in the butt. Well, that sucks. So yeah. Well, I guess we'll use my StreamYard, but the quality or the video quality won't be as great. That part kind of not cool or not happy with, but whatever. All right, take two. So yeah, today we are doing backgrounds. Just give me 1 second to adjust one thing because I haphazardly, like really quickly turned this on in StreamYard. I need to adjust the settings real quick. Otherwise, folks are not going to get any replay chat. So let me just add that real fast and then we should be good to go. I just want to make sure I turn that all on. And hopefully it stays on. That's the problem with switching so quickly. Well, it's as good as it's gonna get, I guess. Yeah. Okay. So I will give everyone a few minutes just to join back up since I kind of like just jumped on over, but had no choice. But yeah, I am trying to add the settings real quick just to make sure all of my replay. Yep, okay, I got my replay, and then I need to also adjust it so that only subscribers can comment so we don't get those lovely bots. All right. We are fixed now. Okay. So I guess YouTube's platform doesn't want to stream today, so we won't have any 4K resolution for today's stream, but that's fine. All right. Good morning, everyone. Erica, Alexandra, Sarah, Stacy, Michelle, Larissa, Tina, all of you. I would scroll down, but that would be a while. Ooh, 2 a.m. That is definitely morning. Okay, so like I was saying in the stream that I will delete after this live stream is over, since it had some voice issues, what we're doing today are backgrounds. And yeah, I am going to be doing a variety of backgrounds, kind of going through using some of the gel crayons that I've been purchasing. I even have the Marabou out. So yeah, we'll give those a go. And then I also have these ones called Uli. I think Uli. Oh yes, Erica's birthday. Everyone tell Erica happy birthday. I'm an awful friend because it was yesterday and I forgot to send a text. But you know what? I am admitting that on live stream that I forgot to send a text. It's in my calendar though. I'll screenshot it to you, Erica. But yes, everyone tell Erica happy belated birthday. All right. So this page is actually not done. I know it looks that way, but I'm debating on what I want to add to it. I actually did this all with colored pencil, and I think I shared in like a YouTube story, but I went to put neocolors up here and do a neocolor background, and it like yeah, it didn't dissolve. Either there was something with a crayon. I don't know what happened. It was hideous. So I had to go back with Prismacolor. So this entire thing is just Prisma. Um, but yeah, we're gonna work on some backgrounds. I want to come back to this one. I'm thinking I want to add some sparklies into the sky, either using my Nuvo glitter paste. Oh, it's always so tempting because it's so pretty. Or let's see, where is it? I've got all of them on my desk. Or the Extreme Mod Podge glitter. So I'm debating between these two. Oh, thanks, Erica. Yeah, I did send the present. I sent it early so I wouldn't forget. Ah. But yeah, so we'll come back to this one and then I'll add sparklies once I have decided what. But here's the pages we're going to be doing backgrounds on. So let me get to the page on this one. Good morning, Debbie. Oh, this one's going to be kind of a pain in the butt. So my new rule for June is going to be to do the background first, which is not what I normally do because backgrounds scare the crapola out of me. So I always wait for the very last minute. I am going to, let's see, pop that on there. Okay. So here are the pages that we're going to do backgrounds for today. I know, you're so shocked, portraits, right? So this lovely gal, it's Mermaid. She needs a water background. Otherwise, she's just a girl floating in a page. But she's got her little fishy friend there. So, oh, and full disclaimer, I am going to apologize, but I have allergies, so if I sniffle, cough, whatever, I did just take my Benadryl, but it's not going to kick in, so I apologize. But let's see. Then this lovely gal, we need to give a background to. I know, Shannon. I need to do backgrounds first. So these ones are already done and getting backgrounds later, but I have a page that I will be coloring in June, and I'm going to do the background first on that one. So yeah, this lovely gal is getting her background. We're finally going to do the background on this one so I can finish it. And then there's a background that I need to do for this lovely gal. Humans do that, I know, but I have to put that disclaimer out there. Otherwise, I get the absolutely worst, most snarkiest comments because I accidentally sniffled and or coughed. Okay, and then this is the one that we're going to do the background first on because this is something I'm going to color in June. So yeah, we have gel crayons. Like I said, I have the Marabou and Uli. I also have those US Art Supply ones that I did not too long ago. So hopefully we can try these out on one of the pages and see what they look like. I'm kind of curious. And then I also have like my King Art, my gelatos, Distress ink, and then my Neo colors. So I'm thinking, let's start with, I think we'll start with this one first, actually. No, actually, I want to start with one of my portraits. I feel like I want to get one of those knocked out of the way. So I disappeared. Where did I disappear to? Okay, so let's get some of these portraits out. Let me move this one to the side. I love all my sniffles. I've legit become self-conscious over it now. This resin on my mat is going to mess with things, so I'm going to put a piece of paper under it. But yeah, I'm just tired of the absolutely horrible comments I've been getting about my sniffles. So I can't believe that's what people snark at either. Because here's my thing. If you don't have a YouTube channel and you're not doing it 100% perfect yourself, you really shouldn't smack people down who are doing this. I mean, it's hard to control the sniffles. I've actually slowed down on recording because I constantly now am muting myself so that I can sniffle, and it's the most ridiculously stressful thing. Okay, so for this lovely gal, yes, people are awful about that. Hi, Tanya. I know. Uh, I can't sniffle. So this lovely gal, this is a Lana Green one. I was actually challenging myself to use colors from my Prismacolor that I don't normally use, and now I can't remember. I think it was like Celadon Green and that blue gray or blue whatever color. Background wise though, I was thinking of doing just a really soft pink. So let me find my little swatchy chart here. I'm gonna try those US, you sneezed for me. I'm gonna try the US art ones on here. So I just want to find a nice soft color. See, this one's pretty, but I think this would actually be too bright. Might have to go to my gelatos if they don't really have a soft one that I like. That one, let me test swatch this one. Because it might, that one looks like it got a little bit of purple in it. So I'm going to test swatch it and see if perhaps it's lighter. Okay, so that would be this one that looks like a freaking highlighter. Yeah, let's see what color that comes out. Yeah, I believe that if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. Just how I was raised, but hey. Right, and then I can get away with a bigger brush for this one. So let's just make sure that's clean. All right, I'm going to test out this color real quick. I just want to make sure it's light. Because I want it kind of, this almost looks like it would be hot pink. No, the way the crayon is, it would look like hot pink, but it's actually quite soft. I'll have to zoom in so you can see it. That's how soft it is. All right, let me just try out this other one. And I'm just doing really small little splotchies, so that's why I think, yeah, okay, I'm gonna use that one there, and then I'm gonna grab one of my King Arts too, because I want a nice little mixture. Ooh, I think this color, oh, this one might be perfect. Let me pull this one out. That weren't raised by humans. I know, like, I tell my kids, anytime I hear my kids saying something rude or snarky, I'm like, excuse me? What did you say? But I don't want to raise little monsters. Ooh, I like that one from King Art. It's a nice vintagey pink, actually, and that's going to fit. Yeah, so I'm not going to be able to use the US Art Supply one on this one just because it doesn't have that vintagey color. So I'm going to use this one. So these are just inking brushes. I think there's a link in the description. Well, there will be when I redo the description because this is stream number 2. But yeah, the inking brushes are really good for this kind of thing. I'm going to test out, let's see. I like that color. Oh, so many King Arts, not enough. I think I've officially hit the point where I own more gel crayons than necessary, but whatever. Let's see how those two look next to one another. Ooh, okay. So it'll be really subtle, but actually it will look good because it's going to pull out the subtle pink and then the rosy beige that I used. So let me zoom you guys in though. Where is my zoom? Because that would be kind of helpful. All right. We are zoomed in, and then I'll move her around. In fact, I can probably skip this since we've done that. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I am using, oh my gosh, I've got like a huge thing of gel crayons off to my elbow. I don't want to knock them off. So I'm going to use the two King Art gel crayons for this one. I am using Blush and Baby Pink. So, and I'm going to do kind of a halo effect. So I'm going to go around the sides and then just slowly bring it in, but not all the way up to her. Two reasons for that. One is she was not like sprayed with a fixative, a workable fixative, so her pencil will smudge because it is Prismacolor. And two, I don't want to pick up any smudgies off to the side. And three, I just like the halo effect. So there you go. But let's get these colors on my palette over here, and then we will start putting them down. Oh, thank you. This picture was so cute. I mean, I love Lana Green. I buy pretty much anything she releases. When I see like a little thing that says new picture, I'm like, I got it. Like, I don't even ask pretty much. I just buy. But it's because her artwork is just so cute. And she just, I don't know, her style. I really like her style. I've noticed some of my favorite Etsy PDF artists are now going to AI. Like they're supplementing their sketches with AI. Oh, it's such a bummer. Yes, they do sell them at Walmart, actually. So I have seen them there. You always put too much, what, Elise? I probably missed that. Do you put too much gel crayon down? Is that what you're saying? But yeah, there was this one artist on Etsy I used to love, and I loved her style. And then I noticed she released some new pages, and they were super cheap. Well, it turns out she's started using AI instead, and I was really bummed. And I actually sent her a message saying, hey, I loved your hand-drawn stuff. Like, I'll buy that. Like, go back to that. You don't need AI. You're so talented. She hasn't responded, but I was just really bummed because I usually buy her stuff and it's cute and unique. And yeah, All right, so what I'm doing is I'm just alternating between those colors. I know for you guys, especially because I'm on StreamYard and not the studio, so you're not getting 4K resolution. This is not going to look as colorful, but hopefully you can see the colors, the subtleties in the two different colors. Like one is kind of a peachy pink, and then the other is like a vintagey pink. But I am just slowly mixing those in. So the thing is AI art generation is actually not easy. It takes a lot of work to get all the prompts and fine tune it. It actually takes time. Granted, you can still do quite a few more images than you could drawing them by hand, but like you have to be really good with the prompts and editing and adjusting. My work has started to use some AI, so we've been playing around with it for design. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, so we've been playing around with it for our designs for social media, and it's quite a pain in the butt to use, especially because you'll say, don't do this, and then it turns out you're not supposed to tell it not to do something because it'll add it just because it sees it as a keyword. It's like, ugh. So it's easy, but it's also, I don't know. I feel like I could just grab my Procreate and sketch it out for you a lot faster than being a prompt junkie, but whatever. To each their own. AI does have some benefits though, I will give it that. And hey, you guys are talking to someone who literally has had their job removed because of AI. Um, so my job, I'm no longer working full time, which is why I have all my YouTube channels with content, because AI has really hit our industry. And yeah, I'm no longer, they can't support my full time salary, and I am the breadwinner of the family. So that was quite the blow to the income. But yeah, is what it is. You can't really beat it. Unfortunately, if there's something easier that can do it out there faster and cheaper than a human, it's going to be used. But yeah, I did. I don't think I've done a Whip Wednesday on my channel, but I did one on my diamond painting channel, and I was talking about it. But yeah, I'm basically having to change careers. But the problem is the industry I've been in for over a decade is really what my resume is. So, and that industry is being replaced by AI. So as you can see, it's not very relevant when I apply for jobs. But we shall see how it goes. Things will be interesting around here. I started my fun little Etsy shop for diamond painting stuff. And I'm doing a few other things, but we actually have a dog we're boarding today. He goes home today, but he's here. Let's see. But there's some things AI can do, but it can't do everything. Like, could you technically use AI to write a book? Yes and no. It's never going to replace an actual novelist. At least not right now, I should say. Never say never. But, an actual like well-written novel requires a human. Also, AI would copyright a lot of information. And like Amazon publishing and stuff like that, they're cracking down on AI. But I mean, there's like some things in the creative field that it can't fully take over. So I guess that's nice. Hi, Mona. Let's see. But yeah, enough of the AI rant. We do that weekly at my job that I am now part-time, talking about every new update that's going to make it harder. So let's just go back to blending gel crayons. This is my happy place. Do I do illustrations for coloring? No, not yet. I guess with my free time, I should start sketching, huh? I did create for my channel members, if you're level pink and above, so that's the 2 top tiers, I did create a coloring countdown calendar using my line art that you can go color in. And then of course I draw mandalas, but I haven't really colored or made adult coloring pages. I've thought of it, but the problem is I would be competing against AI. So I don't know. We'll see. Oh, I like this. I'm liking it a lot. All right, let me zoom out a little bit. Oh, I totally just stuck my wrist into gel crayon. Oh, that is a stickiness that no one needs. Let's see. So yeah, I think there's a little bit of white space here, but I kind of like the way it's looking. So yeah, let me zoom out real fast. I can't maneuver my mouse because, well, if I do, I'll put my hand in gel crayon. Okay, So here she is. Ooh, actually right there though, I want to fill that spot in. Hang on. Hold that thought. Isn't that nice? You can zoom out on camera and see what you're missing. You're like, oh, I don't like that. Okay, there we go. So let me get back over here. All right. I think I like that. Yeah, so this is what I mean by the halo effect. She just has kind of a nice, I try to keep it even, like so it's not just chunky, but see how it's the nice little white border around her, and then she's got these vintagey pinks. Now, like I said, on this camera, you're not going to see it, but in person, like I can see the difference between the vintagey pink and the peach color. So I do like that. I need to wait for this to dry though. I don't think there was really anything else I was going to do on this one though, with the background. I wanted to keep it simple because I want her to stand out, not the background. So let's move on. Let me put this off to somewhere safe so it can air dry. Okay. Just got to get some of this gel crayon off my thing here, because nobody wants to get that all over their pages. All right. Next one. I think I'm gonna do this one next. So this lovely gal, I'm kind of looking to do something like a light olivey color. And on this one, I'm not going to do the halo. I'm literally just going to kind of hit the borders, and that's it. But yeah, I want to do like an olivey green because we've got kind of an olivey green going through all the leaves and whatnot. So let me see. I really want to use these US Art Supply ones, but I'm like, that's too bright. I could mix these, but when you own so many gel crayons, you're bound to have one that's in the color. That one's too bright too. All right, let me see if I got one in. Let's try these ones. Oh, thanks, Erica. All right. All right. I want to see what this lime green looks like, because it looks kind of like an olivey tone. Ooh, I hope this works because I like it on the palette, but I don't know if I'm going to like it on the page. All right. So I want to keep her background really, really simple. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. Perfect. Yes. Okay. While I'm at it, I'm going to clean off my brush because there's some pink all up in there. Yeah, so this one actually is colored. The skin is Prismacolor. The hair is Pro Color. And then the flowers and everything else are actually Pablo's. So fun little fact there. All right, let me zoom us back in now. I found a color I like for this one. I can hear my son playing basketball outside, which means he's not doing his chores. All right, so unfortunately, I'm going to have to go with King Art again on this one, just because the US Art Supply doesn't have quite the color I want. Oh, actually, hold that thought. Something caught my eye. Oh, no, if I mix that one. Yeah, no, scratch that. I'll find a way to use them, but I'm going to use the lime green from King Art. Yeah, I can thin it out, but when I use gel crayons, I tend to put them on my palette, and I do not feel like thinning them out. Now, you can mix them with other colors. You can actually mix them all together, but yeah, it's just, yeah. I'm lazy. I don't know how else to put it. But I won't be doing all gel crayon, don't worry. there's just a few of these where I was like, oh, I want gel crayon on that page. I just knew it. So let's work on this one. I'm going to grab a smaller brush actually, because I don't want the halo effect. I literally just want a very, very light border. So I think I'll use this brush. We're given a 6-week puppy, you mean? I'm gonna move this onto my thing. I got, one thing I'm gonna put in my King Art gel crayon review is that they roll. It's so annoying. Just want to throw that out there. It is incredibly obnoxious. All right, I'm putting very light pressure because this color can be really bright if you're not careful. So I'm just doing light pressure. And then I just want to, I feel like singing, just keep swishing, just keep swishing. Scrubber brushes with oil pastels. Actually, those are, yeah, good to use. I'm not going to lie, I don't use my oil pastels much. I am actually sending them to a friend of mine. And I'm going to be doing a live de-stash next weekend, I think. I'm going to be de-stashing a lot of supplies I don't use. Not all of my colored pencils, because I still have reviews to do on some of my colored pencils. So I can't de-stash those till the review is done, but I'm going to do a de-stash of some supplies I do have that I just need to get out of the way. And then, yeah, once I review them, I'll add them to a new de-stash pile. But I think I'll be de-stashing some books as well. I've somehow accumulated books again. Winter snow, oh cute. Let's see. But yeah, I just need to de-stash. So I think that'll be next weekend if I can get the piles all together in time. Oop, not on camera. So I'm just gonna I may come back to that. We'll see. Somehow. I don't know how it happened. Just books appeared. No, there's been like books I've bought for like reviews, and like I've been buying more of the PDF versions of books now. I know for flip through purposes, a lot of you would prefer to see me flip through the printed version. But I am going more PDF on a lot of books, even though they offer the printed version, simply because, I mean, I don't like the paper on a lot, Create Space paper. You guys know that. That is no secret. But I'm just finding it like wasteful to get the whole book, because sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm battling with this paper, so I'm scanning it onto paper I like. And then, of course, there's the whole, am I even going to color this page? Because I don't love every single page in a book. So I think I'm definitely going to have to, just stick to PDFs. And then I'll print what I want to, actually color. But it does make it hard for flip throughs when people are like, I want to see a flip through. And I'm like, oh, I'll either have to print the whole book, or I don't know. As left unsupervised. I know. I was on a no-buy with like diamond painting, and I freaking bought some diamond paintings. It's you know what? Let's just call it my stress therapy right now. But yeah, I'll be de-stashing some stuff because I need to make some room. I need to buff this out just a wee bit more. There's something on my brush making a scratchy sound. Yeah, I have quite a few digital files. My Google account just told me that I might have to upgrade my drive, and I was like, oh my gosh. I've got issues, but it's not like you can destash those outside of just deleting them, and I don't want to do that. So I moved them all over to my Dropbox just to be safe. Oh yes, I think this green is going to work perfectly. I don't want to get it in her hair. Okay, let's see. Did I get the mail you sent? Well, I just checked my PO box, and I had some packages in there. So if you sent it to the PO box, I do have 3 packages I need to open. I literally just checked it on Friday, so that was one of my things to do this weekend. But did you send it to my PO box? I've been so bad about getting to my PO box. You know what? I think I am going to bring this in more. But it's far away. There's no PO box close. However, now that I have my Etsy store, I am at the freaking post office once to twice a week. So I'll check it more often. Because I'm like, well, I have to go. I got to drop off packages. I don't trust my mail lady to pick up anything. She is not. Yeah, she keeps skipping. Yeah, I am going to bring this in a little more. Okay, yeah. I did have an envelope in my PO box. So I'll be opening those. I'll make sure to open them today and I'll let you know. But like I said, I normally don't get out there as often because it's so far away. But now I'm going out there to drop off Etsy orders, so I'm actually checking it, and I'm sure the post office appreciates that because my box had a whole bunch of stuff in it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And then I felt awful because there was something in there from Yana Prosperina. I'm like, ah. Okay. I will send that on to him, yes. And I will text him after this stream, just letting him know so he knows to expect it. Yeah, let me see if I can get. Don't want to get green in her pretty blonde hair, because otherwise that would be a big waste. I like this green color. It's really pretty. It's like not super bright, and it has that nice little yellow undertone. Let's see, I think. So it's funny, on camera, like right here, it looks like this is white, but it's actually just a really light layer. But again, I think it's the camera. And then, of course, the quality setting. I don't want to pay to upgrade my StreamYard. Although if YouTube Studio is going to keep being a turd, I might have to. Okay. Let's see. Let me zoom it out and see what I like here. Yeah, Ryan just had to take a break. You know, YouTube was not good for him. So he needed to definitely get away from YouTube and just kind of focus on other things. And he's doing really, really well. So don't worry about him. He's doing good. I'll bring this in. But yeah, he did close his bakery, which I know a few of you have messaged me about, but he's doing great. So don't worry, he is awesome. I think I like this color. Yes. So I need a little bit right there. I do not know if he'll come back to YouTube though. So we talk, but when we talk on the phone, we don't really talk about YouTube. We just talk about all of the wonderful things that happen in our lives as being adults and our responsibilities. So I couldn't tell you if he's coming back, but I know it's not in his plan right now. Okay. I think that one is good. Yeah, I do like that. I almost want to add another color, but I'm not sure if I want to just leave it. I'm gonna think on that one. 'Cause part of me wants to add in another color, but see, you can't add the pink because you'll get one nasty mixture going on. So you have to be careful when you're adding colors. Let me have this dry out for a little bit. Maybe what I'll do is like add some, let's see if I have, I don't want to add yellow. I don't know, I'll think on it. So if I add baby blue to this, because this is already down, it's going to not be baby blue. But I'm going to let it dry and then I'll think about a second color. Okay. I think, ooh, this one will be fun. Okay, so for this one, I am actually going to try one of these, not one of these. I'm going to try these marabou colors that I got. Yeah, it has to be a yellow or a green, because if I mix anything else, well, basic color theory, I don't feel like breaking out the color wheel. Where's my X-Acto knife? But yeah, you'll end up with ugly colors. So I am thinking of using all 4 of these marabou colors actually, because I colored this page. Oh my gosh, get out of the package. I colored this page with these gel crayons in mind, but I want to swatch them first because I think this one blue might be too much and I might just have to stick with these. So they are individually plastic wrapped inside of that packaging. That is just obnoxious. Now, marabou, you can get open stock depending on where you live and where you shop. And these are artist grade, so they're more like gelatos in a sense. Oh my gosh, you guys are gonna have to watch me individually unwrap these. I'm sorry. The perils of live stream. This is something I would like pause my video for. I didn't realize they're individually wrapped. Now I know. Yeah, this is kind of like a waste of packaging. I don't know if they're doing it to keep the crayon soft. I am very curious to see how soft these crayons are. I am going to battle these against gelatos, simply because they're both in the artist grade section. And then I am going to battle our cheaper brands as well. Have a fun little gel crayon battle like I did with the watercolor crayons. Okay. Oh, and it's staticky plastic. All right, so real quick, let's see what these colors look like. They're brand new to me, so I obviously don't know. I'll zoom you guys in though so we can see the colors. I'm gonna flip this page over. Okay. So this was like a 4-pack curated for, I don't know what. They have these cute little ones. I haven't heard that they're being discontinued. They may be changing up the line. I don't know. I'd have to look into that for you. So this 4-pack, which I think is called, I think it was called like Ocean Theme. I'm pretty sure it was, the 4-pack is called like an ocean theme, but it comes with a sky blue, gentian, lavender, and plum. So let's see what these look like. All right. They honestly look a lot like the King art, but let's see how they are. Ooh, they're really soft going on the palette. Oh, soft and creamy. They're not as soft as King Art, but King Art has a lot of filler. These are quite lovely. Ooh. Yeah, I'm easily pleased and amused. What can I say? All right, I gotta keep these in order though. All right, and then this is the gentian blue. Is that how you say that? I don't even know. That's a pretty one. Might not be dark enough. We might have to supplement with one of my US Art Supply colors because I want a dark blue. Yeah, sky blue is definitely not going to be dark enough, but I will swatch them out just so you guys can see them. Don't be afraid of the gelatos. Use those things. They're expensive. Don't let them just sit there. All right, so this is that purple. Ooh, I like that. Okay. I'm just gonna wipe it off up here. Here's the lighter purple. Oh, those are gonna be perfect on that page. I have a feeling this blue is not gonna be, when you're taking them off the palette and using these brushes, the colors are always lighter. So yeah, that's not gonna be quite the blue I want, but I'm gonna grab this sky blue. Hi, April. I have a thing about external hard drives. It's just personal. Maybe it's because I'm married to a firefighter. I store everything on the cloud because if my house decides to go up in flames one day, I want to not have to worry about anything going up with it. So I store everything on the cloud. But I totally agree you could do that. Okay, I'm gonna look. I like the purples. This blue isn't dark enough. So I'm going to grab, this is like a, let's try this dark blue here. This is from the US Art Supply crayons that I'm just like trying to find a use for. And then I'm gonna try this one over here too. Let's see, so we got the teals. So I think that's this one here. All right, so let's see what these colors come out with. But yeah, I'm always terrified, like everything is stored digitally at our house. And that's just because I'm like, one day, who knows? Something's gonna ignite around here. All right, let's try these colors. I'm gonna blend them right here next to these purples that I am using. Oh, yes. Okay. We're on the right path. Oh, that one works too. Oh, I like that one. This is a bigger brush than what I would actually use. Oh yeah, okay, perfect. So actually, what I'm going to do is I am going to use the, what is this? Plum and lavender from the Marabou. And then I'm going to use these colors because they don't have names. But one kind of reminds me of like a Prussian blue, and the other one's more of like an indigo-ish blue. So I'm going to use those four. Yep. On this lovely gal here. So I'm going to get a smaller brush though, because we've got a lot to work around. So let's see. I feel like this one's too small, but it might be what we have to work with. I wonder if this one, no, those are about the same. All right, we're gonna have to go with the smaller one, but that's because I have a lot of fine details I want to get in there. So let me get my palette filled back up. So we're using 4 colors here. Yeah, the Marabou are quite soft. I'll have to look up some more detail on them, but oh man, nails and caps. These aren't bad at all. And then the US Art Supply ones are really soft as well. And I did do a review on those, or I guess first impressions, if you want to call it, on my channel, but they were actually really impressive and they're freaky cheap. So I was like, oh my. All right. So the thing is, like, these little tiny areas, I don't ever like go in with my brush full. So I wait till my brush is running out and then I just use a little bit of an angle to get in there. But yeah, I don't use like full on, just filled it up and then go in. But these bubbles up here and even these ones here, I'm okay covering because I'm going to go back with them later to do like, a gel crayon or paint pen, whatever I'm feeling in the mood for at the moment. I haven't decided. So she'll have some finishing work to get done. But right now, we are all about the backgrounds. This brush is super stiff because it's old. All right. Hi, Carol. So I am just going to take those 4 colors that I mentioned before, and I'm just going to kind of randomly go in and smooth them out. Let's see, let's grab a little bit of the lighter. Oh, that is so scratchy. I need to buy another set of inking brushes. Like once they start to get old, they, start to lose some of their hairs, but then they also get really scratchy. That noise is just so not cool. It's not relaxing, that's for sure. All right, let's grab this blue here. I'm gonna blend it a little bit up. So the purple I am adding in there because you know what? I like purple and this is a coloring page. I'm allowed to be creative. The ocean can be purple. I'm not going for, making this realistic after all. I have a little mermaid here. Unless anyone's seen a mermaid in real life. Let's see. Oh, masking fluid. Gosh, I rarely use masking fluid. I'm going to be honest with you. And again, well, let's just be honest. I am too lazy to sit there and fiddle with it. However, I have used it in watercolors. I used to use it back in the day with like my adult coloring pages, but yeah, now I've just gotten to the point where I'm like, yeah, I'll just use a tiny brush and be super careful. Or if I have like a really detailed page and I want to get my background in there without getting stuff on it, I do have these smaller brushes that came in the same set. This one is such a hard one to maneuver. Or I just pick a medium that's easier to work with, like pan pastels, because you can move those in and then just like rub it off. So like if you get it on your whatever you're, putting your background on, you can just literally take your finger and erase the pan pastel. Might even have to use this stupid little one, but let's get the other one. All right, I'm so concentrated around the edges. Okay. Yes, I do have the pan pastels out too, because I'm thinking with one of my pages, I want to do pan pastel. All right, I want some of my dark blue. Nice thing with gel crayons is when you're using more than one color, then you're not having to constantly refill your palette because you're not going through them as quickly. All right. I'll get my lighter one in here. And then the other thing you need to keep in mind, though, if you're using like distress inks, gel crayons, or whatever, and you're using inking brushes or even like the ink pads, you need to clean them off. Or if you're working like this, where I'm working with 4 colors, just make sure they're 4 colors that will work well together. So as they mix and mingle on my brush, I'm not going to create some nasty, muddy looking funky thing. So just keep that in mind. A little more purple right in here, because it is going to stick to your brush unless you sit there and actually clean it off. A little purple coming up into her hair. Don't ask me what I used to color her hair. I think it was Black Widow. No, Pro Color. I can't remember. It might have even been Prisma. Mix and mingle, yes. All right, I'm going to grab this blue. All right. Yeah, I do have the pan pastels because I want to do a pan pastel background on one of my pages. I do love gel crayons, and they tend to be what I use the most these days, but they're just so easy. And they're actually really user-friendly. You know, one of these times I'll break out my pastel pencils and do a background, because those are actually pretty user-friendly. It's just you have to get used to them a bit. But once you do, they're fun for backgrounds. Okay, I need a little bit of this blue up here. The one problem with the 4 colors is you're constantly like, okay, I need more of this color. Let's see. I've never used my inking brushes with pan pastels, but I've used them with chalk pastels. You just have to remember these bristles are going to pick up a lot of your pastels. These are really made more for inks and things like gel crayons, but it can be done. Like a cotton ball is what I used to use for pastels back in the day, and I really enjoyed the cotton ball. And then Q-tips for like fine details. So I'd almost go that way. Is there a reason you don't like the pan pastel tools? I'm only asking because I actually find them quite handy. They are expensive though, and they wear out easily if you press too hard. But I actually like the tools. Just wiggling this in here without getting it on my stems. Let's see. Yeah, the Chroma Flow I wasn't super happy with. I'm not gonna lie. I really like Derwent products, so I was like, what are we doing here, Derwent? Like, why did this pass quality control? I have some that are off center with the Chroma Flow, but then again, I guess if they're trying to compete with Prisma, they did it. Haha, just kidding. I actually don't get many off center Prismas. But coming from Derwent, I was honestly really surprised that I had so many off center cores and cracks. I was like, what the? This one, not really enjoying the line there. I'll get my smaller tool in. Okay, let's get some of that blue. So, oh, you don't think they spread well? Well, you could use the makeup pads. the cotton makeup pads. Those are really nice, or cotton balls. But I mean, pan pastels are actually meant to layer up. So that's one thing to keep in mind. If you aren't doing a lot of layering with pan pastels, you're not going to get their full effect. So that's just another thing you want to keep in mind with those. Hi, Be Cozy. Yeah, I pretty much like everything Derwent 2 except the Chroma Flow. And I feel bad because I really wanted to love those. But I'm like, I don't know. It sucks when there's a pencil that comes out and you're just like, oh, I want to love that. It's going to be awesome. And then it flops. Okay, I need to refill my palette. So I have oil pastels, Gina. I just don't like to use them. I actually have 2 full sets of oil pastels from Paul Rubens. And yeah, I'm just not a big fan of oil pastels. It's just not a medium for me, but I've seen people do great things with them. So fixative. So for my pan pastels, if I want to keep working on the page after I've put the pan pastels, then I use my Korilyn workable fixative. It holds them in place just long enough to like be able to do more work without it sliding off. So when I'm done though with my pan pastels and I'm not working on the page anymore, then I use Grumbacher. I find their fixative works really well with pastels specifically. It doesn't leave a residue. It's not like some of the other Korilyn fixatives that bleed through your page. So yeah, I like Grumbacher for my final fixative. Get that in there. Just keep blending. This one will take a little longer to dry because it has so much gel crayon on it. Put some purple. Yes, I have seen Shannon do the oil pastels. I just can't do them. Like when they got sent to me by Paul Rubens, I was like, I'm like, oh, these are cool. I mean, honestly, they really are nice, and I've seen like amazing art done with them. I'm just not that person that's going to make amazing art with them because I just don't feel the product. But that's okay because not everything should work for all of us. Yeah, if you're using Krylon's final fixatives, I tend to get a lot of bleed through with them, and I'm not very happy about it. So I usually use, though, for my adult coloring pages, I just use the workable fixative as my final fixative if it's just colored pencil that I'm sealing. Because the Krylon's workable holds Prismacolor just fine, and they won't move, and then there's no bleeding. But the Grumbacher I bought specifically for like pan pastels and such because it holds everything so beautifully. But I've stayed away from Krylon's final fixatives because it made so many of my pages bleed through, and I was so ticked. I was like, what is this? I have a couple Hannah Carlson pages that were perma-ruined thanks to that darn crap. Hi, Thomas. To set your anything to set your pan pastels? Is that what you mean? Because if so, try the Grumbacher. It's really good. It holds the pan pastels so nice, and it stays. I've actually like pulled pages out months later, and nothing's coming loose. I'll have to break out my smaller brush to get into some of these parts. But let's get coverage on most of these. I have small hands. Well, that's good. My hands are actually kind of swollen at the moment. I haven't been able to put on my wedding rings in forever, and it's really starting to bum me out. I've started walking because I need to get back in shape. And one reason is because I'd like to wear my wedding rings, and I refuse to go get them redone. Like, I am going to lose weight so they fit again. All right, let me grab one of my smaller brushes. Yeah, I don't know if like local craft stores have the Grumbacher, but like I know my local Blick does, because that's where I'll buy it when I'm in a pinch. Otherwise, I just save it and order it with my Blick order. But I'm pretty sure Hobby Lobby carries Grumbacher. So I'm just using my little brushy to get into some of these areas. Little brushy, yep, that's now a technical term. Oh, anyway, big one right here. See, it took so long to go around. We're already almost dry right there. Let's see, I bought the Blair spread for fixing pencil drawings. I haven't tried that one. Okay, I'm gonna get my little brush. Just kind of get some of these details. And I want some blue in there too, or darker blue, I should say. What's funny is it's actually easier to look at these once I zoom out, and then I can see what I need to correct. It's like the equivalent of me standing over the page, only I don't have to get up. Oh, missed that right there. All right. Yep. Okay. This one is almost done. Once it's all dry, I'll be going over. Make sure I didn't miss anything that's in between. Yeah, so once it's all dry, I'll go over the bubbles with probably a white gel pen. I need to get up here a little more. It's all haloed. And then probably do some glossy accents. Maybe even add, some sparkle would be fun. But I need the gel crayon to dry first. Because you don't want to go on the wet gel crayon unless you want to activate them like watercolor. Because they do activate and move around. And they're not my favorite way to apply that way. But yeah, I think some sparkles would be fun. Make a sparkly ocean. All right. Let's see. Let me zoom out. The Duke Hand's a workable fixative. Yeah, so okay, here's the thing with fixative. I've noticed, because I get a lot of messages and people ask me what they've done wrong with their fixative. And the first question I always ask is, how many layers of fixative did you put down from the get-go? Because if you are spraying over and over and you're not giving it time to set and dry, that's the problem. Like, you need to just do and hold your can far away. Like, it says it on the instructions, but you want to follow that because they mean it. And this is the same when I'm setting my pastels too, with like the Grumbacher. I always hold it far enough away and just do a light mist across, let it dry, come back, do another mist. And that's the best way, because if you apply a thick coat, you can run your colors for one. You can shift your pastels if you're doing pastels, and you're just not going to get that actual fixative that you're supposed to get. Yeah, so you do a light coat, but you do more than one light coat. Like if I plan to go back and paint on it or, do colored pencil, then I'm not going to do a ton of coats. You do one light coat for the workable, but like if I'm using the workable and finishing my page off, I'm going to do more than one coat, but I let it dry for several hours. Not like, come back 15 minutes later and spray at it again. But same thing with like when I'm doing a final fixative, it needs multiple coats, just very light coats done over time. Just adjusting where I want to adjust. It does suck though, because like I spray it in my garage, so my garage just forever smells like spray paint for a while, but all right. I think that looks pretty. All right, yeah, so like I said, what I'm going to do is this has to dry, and then I'll be going over all the bubbles. I'll probably do some sparkles on the little fishy here so it stands out a little more. And then all the bubbles, they're all over the place. They're like all up in her hair, her skin, her, like everywhere. But I think that's good for now. The gelatos usually take, well, since I put a few layers on here, it'll take a couple hours. But I usually like to let mine set overnight just because. So let me put that one over. Her arm, well, it's still broke. That's for sure. Yeah, we're kind of, actually, let me grab this one for pastels. She's on strict bed rest until June 5th so that we can see if the bone is healing, because unfortunately with the broken bone, it's too high to cast, and that means that if it doesn't heal, they're going to have to operate. So they're hoping it'll heal naturally, because with little kids, their bones are still growing, unlike us. Like if I were the one that had a similar break to her, I'd already have surgery by now, but kids' bones are healing. So, yeah, it's a little different with the kiddos. They want to try and have that heal naturally before they go in there and operate, because an operation means she would have to have it constantly corrected as she continues to grow. No, it's not the same one that broke her leg. It's my other daughter. She broke her arm. She broke her humerus, in fact, and did it quite well, might I add. So yeah, now we have yet another kid who will be with a broken bone all summer. Never ends. Never ends. Yeah, we're hoping as long as she sticks to bed rest, it's pretty strict bed rest. Like literally, she must lay in bed. But I'm going to take a drink of water. But luckily, she cannot, even if she wanted to, she can't even sit up because the weight of like the shoulder bone, here, diagram, this shoulder bone is too heavy on the broken humerus right there. So when she sits up, it's really painful. All right, this is the one I wanted to do with pan pastels. So let me grab my pastels real fast. They're behind me. Okay. Oh gosh, no, if it was the other one, yeah, no. And then the one that did break her leg last summer is in gymnastics, so she's gonna break something. Okay, so this is the one I want to do with pan pastel. I was thinking, because I have this nice rosy color here, I want to do this pink and possibly a blue. I use these, by the way, super awesome trays that hold all your pan pastels, because then you just pop off the lid Ugh. And they're all there ready to go. So much easier. I highly recommend them. Yeah, I think I'm going to use this pink here, and possibly I'm waiting for this purple to come back in stock. So I have them actually in a row of like their tint to regular to hue. Wait, tint hue. What is it? Shade. That's what it is. Tint to shade. So I store them that way. So tint, regular, shade. But I'm waiting for this regular one here, and I can never seem to snag it. And then these ones are just some oddball random ones here, but I think, let's move it this way. Boop. All right. This lovely gal is going to get some pan pastels. Let me grab my tools that I want to use. Use that one. We should be good. Okay. So maybe this purple would be kind of cute. And the nice thing is with pan pastels, you can actually take your colorless blender if you have it and lighten colors up if you don't like the color. That's what I love to do. But I think this pink will work really well with her outfit, and so will the purple. But I also like the other pink. Where's my other? Let's see. We'll try these ones first. All right. Oh, thank you. The hair. So I did this for Nirma Colorings. You know, every month she does a hair and a lipstick, or well, it used to just be hair, but she's added the lipstick because only so many ideas. Oh, let me zoom you guys in. So yeah, it's brown hair, purple lipstick, woman, I can't remember. So I went and used my Derwent Light Fast, but I do not like the way they turned out with the hair. I don't normally use them for hair, but I had done that video of like, the pencils I use the most, and I was like, gosh darn it, I need to use these things. And yeah, I'm not happy with how they turned out. So we'll see. It's barely showing up on camera. Might have to adjust my color settings. I'm adjusting voice, adjusting settings. Oh my goodness. So I'm mixing some of this purple in here. Bring out the purple on her lips. And of course that pink. I might even add that blue. Or I might add the other pink. Yeah, I did see that. Wasn't it like yellow hair, black lipstick, right? Let me adjust the color settings so you guys can see what the heck I'm doing here, because this pastel is not showing up, but it's definitely a lot more. Ooh, that's a little crazy. All right, work with me, camera. I'm just bringing down a few of my settings so you guys can see what I'm doing. Well, now she's orange. I don't want her orange. Okay, there we go. All right. You might not be able to see it as well for this one, which is a bummer. I know you can see the purple, but you can't see the pink. But I don't want to change it to the point where she's orange, because then you're not really seeing much there. Like, now it's making her hair look reddish, and it's a lot darker in person, but whatever. I'll take pictures of these after and put them on my Instagram story and then my community post, just so you guys can see what we did today. I think the next one we'll do is Neo Colors for that one page. Yeah, the black lipstick, I'm trying to think of how I'm gonna do it. I might do like black with a little bit of red. I don't know. That'll be a fun one though. But I liked this one this month. I try to do them every month and then I'll like forget because I'll go off on my own little tangent of hair color and be like, oh crap, that wasn't the color of the month. But like, so yellow hair, I mean, I usually end up doing like a blonde, but that's just me. I know when she's still kind of orangey, like this isn't really what she looks like, but I had to turn it down a little so like the other colors would show up, but yeah, she's looking tan. Even I'm looking orangey. Woo. I'll totally change that back when I'm done. Cause I don't have a tan. I have like no color on me right now. Just sad because I've been walking my dogs. But it's let's see, I saw a um yeah, I usually use harder pencils too than like light fast. I just used them because I wanted to use them, but light fast aren't a hard pencil by any means. But I really do uh like them. They just are not my favorite for hair. They don't blend out and layer up as nicely. So yeah, I'm just blending these in. I'm gonna add some of this blue here and there. Yeah, I think I like the blue on top of my purple. And then like, it's not a big deal if I go over her hair with the pan pastels because you can either take your finger and just go like that or get a kneaded eraser. Either way, it comes off. I know, it looks like I have a cheap spray tan. Oh man, that would look horrible with my brown and purple hair. Ooh, like my real hair, I'm talking, not this gal's. Now I'm just picturing that. Yeah. I couldn't go get a spray tan with the color of my hair right now. It would look really wacky. Would help if I stayed in frame. Let's see. So my kids are their last day of school was Friday, actually. My daughter was really bummed because she couldn't go, obviously. Um, and then my other daughter was super bummed too because like last year she was just getting out of kindergarten, so it wasn't like as meaningful to her. But this year she was like, "Oh, I'm never going to see my teacher." And then she was also excited that she's in the second grade, so it's like a whole weird mix of emotions. But yeah, my daughter with a broken arm was quite bummed because she really wanted to go for the last day of school and we just couldn't because she's on that bed rest. And she really liked her teacher this year, so she was extra upset because she hasn't had like teachers she's really enjoyed. So, but like my son went to some, teenagers now, end of school party, and so it was just me and my daughter left. So I ordered her sushi, and we had like a little girls' night. But I felt so bad. Pan pastels are quite quick, if you think about it. Just sit here and mixing. I'm literally just mixing the pink, purple, and this blue to kind of get a nice little effect. I also have the shimmery ones, but they're not like super glittery. The shimmer is really, really light on them, but they are very pretty. I could do that actually, invite our teacher over. I remember our what was it, the second grade teacher that my daughter had. Yeah, COVID had closed everything down, but our second grade teacher came to our house to say hi to her because she missed her, and she had ended up teaching my son and daughter. But it was really sweet. So that was actually pretty cool. But yeah, maybe I'll send her a message and do that. Like, my daughter missed her ballet recital, so she's really upset about that. She got invited to try out for the comp ballet team. I did not know that was a thing, but obviously she can't do that. However, they said she's so good, they're going to hold a special tryout when she's healed, which I was like, oh, cool, because she was so bummed she couldn't do the tryout. And then she'd be going into pre-point class, which she's been practicing every day. Of course, I'm sitting here like, oh my gosh, another kid in a competition sport. Ugh. Like, so yeah, I'll have 2 kids in competition sports. So my son's trying out for, like, every year, even though he's on a team, he still has to try out every year. And he got asked by a few of our competing clubs to try out for them. So he's going to try out. So basically, Tuesday through Friday next week, I will be at soccer fields for 3 hours every evening doing tryouts. It'll be so fun. So, and then I told him to stay with the club he's on, but you got to let kids do what they want. He just wants to try out, and even if he gets an offer, he can still say no. But I was like, dude, this is my time. So we'll see. But it will be interesting once my daughter's arm is healed, because she'll be doing competition ballet. I have no idea what that means, because I didn't even know there was competition ballet. By the way, this is Mariola Budek for the artist. So come on, guys. You know this is her. Look at the fluffy hair. But let me turn off this nasty oranginess. Okay, is my skin normal again? Oh, thank God. I'm back to normal. Okay. So this one I wish is more exciting for you guys, but yeah, you can't really see the colors because of the lighting in here. So I'll have to definitely take a picture of this one, because it actually has a really cute spread of pinks and purples and blues. See, I got a little bit on her hair right there. I like to use my finger. Taking out the kneaded erasers, just so much effort. But yeah, I'll have to take a picture of that one. So this gal is actually done. So I'll end up taking her outside and spraying her. And then I can put her in a plastic sleeve. And that's where she'll go until I have to take her out. But yeah, I do like this one. But it's Mariola Budek. That's her signature. I can't remember. This is one of her newer ones, I swear. I don't know. I was just like, I loved the curls. I loved the bangs. So let me pop that one off to the side. And then what did I do with my pan pastel lid? Okay. We're going to break out some Neo colors for just a little bit. And I'll at least get this one started. So let me get, ooh, pan pastels are messy. Need a page behind here. Okay. So this one is in Mariola Budek's Twilight Garden. And I just absolutely love this page. Let me zoom out. Oh, so many things to zoom in and zoom out. There we go. Okay. So yeah, I really like this page, and I've been meaning to color it. So I kind of want to do just a really cute, simple, like skyline, because I kind of picture it. Oh, I don't know though. I might do it pinks. Choices, right? Yeah, it's that one's Mariola. Let me clip this real quick. Okay. My water brushes. Oh, it's Twilight Garden by Mariola Budek is what I almost said, but Maria Trolle. Let's see, I need this one, and I want my Derwent. Yep, those two. All right, and then my Neo colors. All right, so, originally I wanted to do just like a gradient of blues going up. I mean, because we have a little bug in the background, but instead I think I want to do purples and pinks, because why not? Let's see. I really like violet. Where's that one at? Where are you? Oh, okay, I've got violet. Oh, thank you. Hi, Hannah. Okay, and then I think purple violet. That's a pretty color. We're just going to slowly move it up into light pinks. And then we'll want pink. We'll do salmon pink. And then I think I'm probably going to have to mix. I might be able to drag it out. Yeah, so maybe I'll just do pink and drag it out because I don't like salmon. So yeah, we'll do that. Okay. So let me get these out of the way. Where's my white? It's in the other one. So what I'll end up doing is I might lighten one on a palette later as I bring it upward, but we have a lot of space to cover first anyway. Let's see. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, and we probably won't finish this all on camera because this does get a little tedious. I do have my little dryer to make it go slightly faster, but yeah. I'm going to take purples and kind of transition up into light pinks. And then I'm thinking right now, I'll take my lightest pink and then just drag it to the end rather than lighten it. But I'll see how it looks because I may end up having to lighten it. All right. So I'm going to use, if you have nail color twos, violet, purple violet, pink, I almost said rosa, and then salmon pink. So I'm going to start here at the bottom. Just kind of, let's start on this side and then I'll test it out. I know these will dissolve on this paper because I've done it in her books before. But gosh, that mythographic one, I don't know what was up with that. It was quite bumming. It's like, and then I had to resort to a pencil background. That was craziness. I'm really loving purples and pinks lately, by the way, if no one's noticed. I don't know what's up with that, but it is. I do love the Neo colors. I did do that watercolor crayon test. And honestly, they are, well, the winner. But they are just such a nice, like, they just work so well. They do what they say they're going to do. But the Lyra aren't bad. And the Crayola signature ones actually were very, very impressive for what they were. I mean, they're freaking Crayola. So I was honestly really impressed with the Crayola ones. Not going to lie to you there. When I did that comparison review, I thought the Crayola signature, I'm like, oh, these are gonna suck. And then I used them and I'm like, what on earth? These things are amazing. Yeah, I did test the Staedtler ones. They had some things I liked, and then they had some things I didn't like. They were really scratchy though, my set. Ugh. I'm sensitive to scratchy noises though. I have noticed that. I'm trying not to accidentally cover up a leaf because that would so be something I would do on a live stream. Gonna mix some of this in with the other one. But I really do love Neocolor 2's. Watercolor pencils for backgrounds are fun too. Especially like when you have all these fine details. Let me zoom you guys in. No way you're gonna be able to see that. Hang on. But yeah, like when you have these fine details, you don't want to sit there and fuss, like working your way around them. And so I really do enjoy. I'm gonna move this off my desk so I don't knock it off my desk. I enjoy like Neocolor 2's and watercolor crayons and stuff and watercolor pencils. But oh, you want the Neo ones? I haven't tried those only because I prefer water soluble, but they would be really fun for creating some borders and little designs. So Lindsay the Frugal Crafter does some fun stuff with them on her channel every now and then. The Winsor and Newton ones, I have those as part of the watercolor battle. I haven't, when I used them, I wasn't super impressed. So I'm not I don't know if it was just me. I mean, I am, comparing all of these, like, to see how they do against the bigger names, but they were just, they were really low pigment. You know what shocked me is the Crayola watercolor pencils. I was like, what the heck? Some of these, like, higher end ones, you're kicking their butt. So, when in doubt, just go with Crayola. Let's see. Yeah, they used to have the 126, but you can't get the 126 anymore. What happened was Corinne Dash actually pared them down. That was never meant to be like a permanent thing. But you can go on eBay and there's people that sell the one like crayons from the 126 set. Like they'll hold on to them and they've had them. Okay, I'm gonna stop this here because I'm probably gonna drag it upward, but I want to see. All right. See where I want to overlap. Let me activate these and see if I like it. I know that's the problem. Depending on where you live, it kind of determines what you can get your hands on. So I completely get that. The good news is eventually the new Inktense colors for those in the US will be available here. Fun story about that, right? So I contacted Blick and they told me they were thinking early fall, so like September-ish. I had a subscriber contact me saying Blick told them they had no intention of getting the 28. And I was like, okay, that's not what they told me. So then I called Blick again and I told them about what, my subscriber had heard and what I was told. And then the representative I was speaking to on this go around, was like, oh, I'm so sorry. We'll have those probably by the end of July. And I'm like, okay. Then I had another subscriber that said that Blick told them that they were never going to get them. And then another one said June. So I was like, wow, I don't even think Blick knows when they're going to get them or if they're going to get them. But I've called them and spoken to them twice myself. And yeah, those are my results. So they'll be here one day. Oh, that's a good idea after 40. Actually, there's a lot of people that do that, like where they can't get supplies too easily, but they go on vacation. They like bring their whole saved up little fund so that they can go buy all the supplies that they can't get their hands on. see. Oh, I'm sorry. I sniffled again. Oh my gosh. I'm going to get a comment. Okay. I need to turn my brightness back up. I forgot I turned that down to make everything look not orange. There we go. All right. I did buy some new Kiritaki brushes because mine have been starting to really wear out. That's the thing with these water brushes. They are not meant to last forever. But I love the Kiritaki ones, and then Pentel are my favorite. I did just replace my Pentels, but there's certain things I use the Kiritaki for over the Pentel, so I had to replace those. Like I'm down to just this one left from my Kiritaki set. I'd be curious, for those who have both, does anyone prefer the Kiritaki Zig ones, or do you like the Pentel better? Or do you like something else entirely? I've got quite a few different ones. I've got Art and Fly, I've got Derwent, I've got the Faber-Castell, Prima Marketing. Why do I have so many? I can't remember. I have Arteza. But I tend to just reach for these same two. Oh, actually though, I also have the Tombow ones, and these are actually not bad at all. So just FYI. I'm talking about the watercolor pens. But I do like those Zig Real Brush Pen watercolor brush markers. Oh my gosh. I would want to buy a whole set of those, but cannot justify it. But the nib on those things is, oh, it's beautiful. Oh my gosh. From Temu, I haven't tried that website. I know everyone's been doing it lately. How fast do things like ship to the US from there? I mean, they got some freaky freaky cheapy prices on there, but I'm like, I don't know. I'm nervous. Is it kind of like just another AliExpress type of thing, or what is it exactly? You called Blick and they said sometime in the spring. Well, they've missed that. So, what can I say? Anyone know if there's a decent set of permanent ultra tip fine markers? I use Sharpies for mine. That's just me. I use them in my mandalas though, but I love their ultra fine tips, and they have so many cute little curated colors and sets. So I use Sharpie. Sorry, I get very I concentrate around these details. I'm like, sure, I could put masking fluid in here, but then we would be watching me put masking fluid in for about an hour, if not more. And because I'm going to use an opaque pencil, I'm not too worried if I get a tiny bit in there. Actually, no, I might use my polys instead. Those aren't very opaque, but oh well. I want to use my Brute Fooner squares, but they're not available on Amazon, and I'm already running low on a certain color, so I'm like, oh crap. Let's see. Yeah, they do have the fine liners from Ohuhu, but I swear she said she wanted a permanent marker. So, ooh, that's good to know. Shannon says that suggests being careful with that website. They've been stealing people's contacts. So, yeah, I haven't used them, so that's good to know actually. if they're late, they give you credits. Oh, that's for Temu. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know about that, but I haven't tried them yet, so I can't. But I always get weary about like companies that are super budgety friendly, like freaky cheap, only because I don't know. Like, am I getting like defects? Are they made from lead? You know what I mean? Like, what am I getting? Because there's quite a few people I know that have been using them, but I'm like, I'll just stick to, yeah, the Koran Dash ones. Oh, I have those too. Again, I don't know why I have so many. I think I got some like free. Actually, you know what? That's what it was. The Koran Dash ones, when I bought the museum aquarelles, they they gave me a package of free Koran Dash water brushes. And the one, oh, let me see if I can grab it real quick. There's one that's actually really cool. Okay, there is this one. It has like an actual marker nib on it, and you can use it and activate ink tints like I do with alcohol markers, and it's pretty cool. So that brush is quite nifty. Yeah, I don't order from Wish or any of those sites either. Plus a lot of those sites will say like you're getting for example, I've seen those sites say you're getting Copics and you're not. Um but yeah, I tend to stick to, when it comes to art supplies, even Amazon is kind of a place I don't prefer to shop for art supplies unless I know the party selling it. But that's just because it's not coming straight from the manufacturer to the retailer. And that's what you guys need to keep in mind anytime you're ordering outside of an actual art retailer like Jerry's Art Aroma. Ooh, I got one of the new Prismacolor colors. I couldn't snag the other one before it sold out, but I did get one. Can't remember which one. But that reminded me when I said Jerry's. But yeah, like Jerry's, Blick, all those kind of places, they get them from the manufacturer. And the thing is you just know you're getting the legitimate product and not some like reject. Now, I buy stuff on Amazon though all the time, so don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking that. But just always be aware that if you don't buy it from an actual art retailer, you may get some defects, or you may not even get the actual, you may get a dupe. So just something to keep in mind. Happens more often with like cheaper pencils than the more expensive ones, but still. Hi, Nikki. Yeah, Jerry's I order from, Blick. I don't order from Michael's unless they've got a stellar sale. And then Amazon. I mean, I bought my nail colors on Amazon. But just always look, if you're buying art supplies on Amazon, just make sure you're looking to see who is the seller. Like if the actual seller is Koran Dash on Amazon, then you're all right. You're good to go. But and then there's a few third-party sellers on Amazon that I know are trustworthy. And fun fact, Jerry's and Blick actually sell on Amazon too, just so you know. I've seen them on there. I'm like, oh, hello there. Yeah, art tools would be like a safe thing to order on those like cheapy budget companies, just because, well, it's just a tool. Although even watercolor brushes, I don't know if I would order like actual. I'm not talking these. I'm talking my actual like watercolor rounds and stuff, because I don't know what they're made of. Oh no, it's raining outside. Isn't it summer yet? Oh, for Pete's sake. I know it's technically spring, but we have had so much rain this year. Ugh. So Jerry's Artorama has the new Prismacolor colors right now. Blick does not yet. But Jerry's is sold out. So I would just sign up for their little alerts and snag it the second you get that email, because everyone's rushing to buy the replacement colors. I'm actually like not in a big hurry and don't care if I'm the first to get the replacement colors, because I'm like, okay, I'll get them eventually. So I'm kind of surprised they're like selling out so fast, because I'm like, come on. But I'll get the other one eventually. No, the colors are not that much different. All it is they had to change the name, and they changed up the pigments, but the colors themselves are actually quite close. So it's rather bumming. Bring back the cool deco colors you discontinued. I want those back. What is it? Amethyst and orchid? Am I right? I don't even know. And I'm a Prisma lover, but that's because I'm just kind of like, meh, I'll grab them when I grab them. I have been hunting on eBay for some of the older Prisma colors that were discontinued. I haven't found any listings that I trust. Yeah, they had to change it because of the pigment. But the colors really aren't that much different. I've seen a couple people swatch them. So I'm like, well, that makes me even less in a hurry to worry about buying them. And the only reason I ended up grabbing that one new one from Jerry's was because I was already ordering some other open stock on Jerry's. No. The deco colors that you have right now are not discontinued, but they had other deco colors in the past that were really cute and pretty, and they discontinued those. But like the ones we still have now, deco peach, pink, the deco yellow, those are still hanging around. Occasionally they do discontinue colors, like, and not replace them with something close, or then it becomes kind of like an expensive collector's item. But I actually want to use them if I buy them off eBay, so I'm like, that would not be a good investment. But I want to use them. All right. I think I'll pull this down, put a little of that there. I hate it when they discontinue colors too, but sometimes it's exciting. Sometimes they really do come out with like cool new colors, that make it fun. Other times it's just like, I would be totally fine if they discontinued their metallics, but hey, what? That's just one gal. Just put their metallics in a set of their own. Stop taking up space. Let's see. Oh yeah, if they discontinued the deco ones they have now, well, one, I would have to change up my whole skin tone color. Like, gosh darn it, I just perfected this. But yeah, I do love the deco ones they have now. My book spine is getting in the way, and I did not put washi tape down out of sheer laziness. We're gonna get this in here. This part I know is not super exciting, but this is indeed how you make a Neocolor background. Yeah, see, I would gladly trade the metallics. I mean, I do use their bronze metallic in a wood grain combo, but that was simply because I was like, okay, I need to find a use for this stupid thing. And I also use it in antique gold combo I created, but do I want to use them? That's the question. The answer is no. So, I don't want to feel guilty and forced to use them because they came in my set. All right, Erica, have a good one. I'll probably be wrapping it up here soon myself just because I don't like to usually go too long over the 2 hours, but also I have a kiddo with a broken arm that could use some attention. I feel so bad. She's just sitting there watching TV, bored out of her precious little mind. Okay. There are stems like all over here, and I can't tell what's a stem and what's not. All right, that's not. And oh my gosh. This is interesting. There's like a bunch of stems here that don't go to anything. Oh, no problem, Ambient. Alexandra, we're talking about the old deco colors. These were discontinued years ago. I'm not talking about the decos that are in there now. Those are still there. These are ones they discontinued. Gosh, I don't even know how many years ago. It's a long time. Got nothing to fear. Oh, thank you. Yes, well, last year we had one kid that broke her leg and was in a full leg cast all summer. Like she literally got it taken off right before school started, and then she had to wear a boot for the first, I don't want that there, first week of school. So I think we're just making it a family summer tradition, to be honest. But I told my son, I was like, this is the year to break a bone because yet again, I'll meet my insurance deductible. I thought we had a family agreement that no one would break bones after the deductible reset, but no. Yeah, I didn't mean to scare you, Alexandra. All right, so what I'm doing here with this top piece, because I do have this lighter pink that I'm coming in with, which is the salmon pink. I'm kind of just stopping where I have safe stopping points. And by safe, I mean like you'll not see the line where I've stopped, because I am going to lighten it up, most likely activating it on a palette to take it the rest of the way up. So that's why it looks the way it does. But I'll come down here. I'll activate these. All right. I mean, it's kind of interesting when companies like discontinue anything, if you think about it, like Crayon Dash and their full blender, right? That stupid Crayon Dash full blender, I love. And yes, you can still get it in the 2-pack, but it's not the same. Like, I just want my full blender. But I swear when companies do that, it gets so flustering. Oh, that was part of a leaf. I'm going to have to lift that with my finger. But yeah, I think when they do that, they just want to, try out new things. And of course, it comes down to cost for them as well. Like, I know that full blender was probably not cheap to create. I mean, you're literally not even like putting wood on it. Let's see. I haven't tried the Sunny water-soluble pastels. What are those ones like? I mean, when it comes to actual water-soluble pastels and not just water-soluble crayons, there is a difference. I know when I did my battle, I included both, but that's because, well, they're often confused for one another, but two, if I did them just by what they actually were, the battle would be really boring. But like the water-soluble pastels, I enjoy the Mungyo ones, but they didn't perform as well in the test phase, which kind of sucked. and then Neocolor and then Lyra aren't too bad, but actually no, Lyra's a watercolor crayon is what they call themselves. You need a smaller little thing in here. Trying desperately not to get it on my petals, because for all I know, I'll make a white flower. Or I might just color it with watercolor pencils, who knows? The sunny ones were recommended as a Neocolor alternative. Interesting. Okay. And then one thing to keep in mind when you're doing Neocolors is most likely you'll need a second coat. Like, so let it dry. You can use like the little heat tool I use to dry, or just let it air dry. But wait till it dries before you go in there and keep adding layers. Plus, depending on the paper, not all brands handle a lot of paper, so some can start pilling on you really fast. This one does okay, but if I were to keep going over it and adding, it would start pilling for sure. And once it does that, well, you can't add anything else to where you've pilled it. Except glitter paint. That's about the best way to cover up a pilling. Oh, interesting. Huh. Send me a picture on Instagram of those. I'd like to see what it looks like. Nice thing about streaming on Sundays is it is the only day of the week we don't have construction noise going on in the background. All week I've been filming and it's nothing but super loud construction. Ugh. Like, I want them to finish that school, but I don't. Because I don't want it there. But at the same time, I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, between the jets and the jackhammers in my videos, I'm surprised I don't get more complaints about that. Like, they are so loud over there. All right. I think we have, over a year. Well, maybe just a year. It's supposed to open not this fall, but next. My son will be going there as one of the first classes. So that'll be interesting. Oh, and the sniffing. Don't forget about the sniffing. See, but I get critiques for the sniffing. I don't get critiques for the jets and construction noise. So that's the one that throws me off. I'm like, doesn't that like loud banging annoy people more than me accidentally sniffing? And now I'm like always super aware of my sniffles. I'm like taking Benadryl just to live stream so I don't have allergies. But hey, let's just be real. It's me. If it wasn't allergies, I'd probably have a cold because I'm constantly sick. So there's going to be sniffles for everything. I know my allergies have been like raging for months. I don't know about like the rest of the country, but like out here, we just had a really wacky spring. Like, we're kind of going through our spring now, which is why all 4 of my huskies are freaking losing their winter coat. Oh my gosh. I vacuum every day and it's not enough, but they're finally ready to go to the groomer for their blowout. I just had to wait till their fur was loose enough. But yeah, like, it has just brought up like allergies nonstop because like certain things are budding, but other things aren't. It's just like, ugh. I mean, I always get pretty bad allergies, but this year has been really bad. Um, So the full blender, they are gonna phase it out eventually, but oh my gosh, where is it? I would go through this drawer. Okay. Is this? No, that's Blick. Where are you? Okay, so we have that's the Dermot. I know I have an example in here somewhere. I have a freaking drawer of, there we go, blenders. Okay, so this is the Cran Dash full blender, the beauty. The whole thing is usable. It's like amazing, the best invention ever. However, they have remade it into this thing here. It's got a dipped end. Obviously, it's not going to be as thick and as useful as this one. It is still pretty thick though. But yeah, they come in a 2-pack now like this. So you can't just buy the 2 packs of the full blenders anymore. You get the 2-pack like this. And eventually they're going to discontinue the 2-pack, and this is all you're going to get. So stock up now. I had a wonderful subscriber. What was it, last year when they had announced that? Yeah, I think they started it last year, but she sent me like 5 or 6 packs of the 2-pack full blenders, and I was just like, oh my gosh. Because I was really irked with Carandash. So yeah, I don't know when they're going to actually discontinue the full blender, but they did say that they were. I don't know if it's just a matter of like waiting, but still. Yeah, a lot of people got the broken ones, but here's the thing, I didn't care if mine were broke because I could still use it. I would just sharpen one end and go about my day. But the fact was the entire thing is a blender, and I would use the little nubs of that full blender all the time. And so, I mean, the breakage to me was never an issue. And the fact that the entire pencil is usable is just great. And then, of course, hey, less trees being cut down. I know they do FSC and all that, but still, a tree is a tree. So I just really preferred the full blender. I always enjoy products that are like completely usable. I always root for like, woodless watercolor pencils, but they always flop. But I still root for them because we have enough things like cutting trees down. But yeah, I didn't care about the breakage, but that was just me. I do know a lot of people didn't like that breakage. So yeah, I need a color right here. Yeah, exactly, Sonia. I'm mad at the complainers because I didn't complain. I was totally fine with it. You can totally use them. I mean, if it's a big deal, you could totally super glue them back together. Like, they just were so much more versatile. I hate the fact that like now I have to work around the wood. Like I don't want to do that. Yeah, I would break mine, and it's just, I honestly, they must have gotten a ton of complaints for it to be such a change, but also I guarantee one of the reasons was money, because it's a lot more expensive to create a full blender. Think of like how many pencils they can make switching to the wood cased ones versus the full blender. So, and it's not like they gave it to us cheaper either, but I'm sure it had to come down with like manufacturing, profit margins, all that lovely stuff. And then, of course, I'm sure they factored in the complaints, but I'm sure at the end of the day, it was more about saving on costs than anything else. But it was a brilliant product that I think they totally screwed up. And trust me, I sent them a message letting them know that it was a dumb idea. I was like, you may never offer to have me try your products for this, but I think this is a dumb idea. And I'm going to tell you because I loved that thing. But there are still people like that sell the 2 packs of full blenders on eBay, but you have to be willing to pay like 20 bucks a pack. So, um, so my favorite blender, I did that video, and that was just showing blenders for Prismacolor only. Does not apply to all, but I honestly, with like using Prisma so much, I end up using my Lyra a lot, more than anything else. But if I'm working with like say polychromos, I actually use my Caran d'Ache. Um, so yeah, it just depends on the pencil I'm using. But I really like the Caran d'Ache blender. It's soft, it's smooth. It does add a little touch of a milky finish, but you can easily overcome that. Just don't press so hard. But it's a nice one. I love using it. However, with my skin tones, when I'm doing skin with Prisma, I tend to reach for my Caran d'Ache because it just blends a little bit smoother out. Bye after 40. I'm trying to get some of these. Yep, so all of June, I'm going to do the background first, which is gonna suck because I just like can't picture the background. I can barely picture the background in general when the page is done. Like I'm forcing myself, but I want to kind of like break this habit because often I just stop doing backgrounds. I'm like, well, it's too pretty. I don't want to. And I'm like, no, it needs a background. So all of June, I am going to do backgrounds first. And so that's why this page is getting its background first. But it's a fear I gotta face. Same with like coloring fur. I should probably add that into June's mix. I'll color hair for days, but you toss fur at me and I'm running the other way screaming. Let's see. I'm going to zoom out just so you guys can see this one. Woo. Okay. So here is how far we've gotten on this one. Now, this one is going to take a lot of layers, okay? Because I'm blending in 4 different colors, but also, like I said, I'm going to take my lightest pink, which is like way up here, and just wash it out towards the top. Will I add clouds or something? I don't know. But like I can already tell from the areas I've activated and dried, I'm going to add a second layer because I want this to be a really nice dark purple. Like this color, get out of there. This color is really nice and dark if you put a lot down, but I want it to be like dark. So see how it's not quite there yet. So I'll definitely be doing a second coat, but I'll end up finishing the first coat up all the way, and then I'll go back over them with the crayons. And then of course, like near what I do is like I'll take it right off the tip to get any little in between spots that I'm missing, or I just want to splotch some things out. But yeah, I do love flicking. I just don't like flicking short pieces of hair, I guess is the problem. I don't know. It's hard to say. So it's a weird thing, I know. But yeah, so I'll be definitely doing another coat. What's interesting though is this purple violet is actually looking great on its first coat. But the violet needs a second coat, and then I'll just keep working it up and stuff. So this will be, maybe I'll film this week's Whip Wednesday if I get around to it, but I'll be working on this one. Maybe I'll even turn it into a color along. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a day. I'm usually trying to cut off about 2 hours. So we got a few backgrounds done. So like we got this one started. We got this lovely girl here. Her background is done. In fact, all I have to do to finish this one is I was going to add some sparkly bits using a wink of Stella to the wings, and then she will be done. And then I have this one here. It's still wet though, so I can't play with it yet. Really, I'll probably add some sparkle to the butterfly wings, but other than that, this one I'm going to keep pretty simple. You don't have to like constantly confetti your pages. So, and then here's the one that we can't see on camera very well, but I'll take a picture. Oh, now that it's darker from the rain, you can see it a little bit. But there's pink, purple, and blue in here. And all this one needs is I'm going to spray her with fixative and then get that picture up so I actually make it in time for the tag, because I have been posting them late. All right, and then this one we got done, but this one's going to need a lot more work. I have to finish all the bubbles, the fish scales. So she's got a lot of little fine details and whatnot. But what I would appreciate from all of you that joined today and those of you that will, hi B, watch this on replay, let me know in the comments below if you enjoy background videos. Honestly, I just decided to do a background today because I was like, I got a lot of backgrounds and I need to finish my pages. Otherwise, there will be no May completed pages. So, I'd love to know if you guys like the background videos, if you want to see background tutorials or whatnot, or even just like videos on finishing pages. So let me know in the comments below after the stream. That would really help me just so I know what you guys enjoy. Which art mediums for coloring what needs fixative? So like pastels most definitely need fixatives because pastels move no matter what you do. And then, of course, like pencils that transfer easily in between pages. Like, so say I colored this with Prisma, I would spray this with a fixative. So when my book's closed, it doesn't transfer over here. I do have wax sheets that I can put in between them, but honestly, I hate fiddling around with the wax sheets. And if you just spray it with a fixative, it's fine. Let it dry though completely for at least 48 hours before you close the book. Otherwise, these two pages are going to stick together. Just a fun little note there. But yeah, I only do fixative on things like that. So something that will transfer to the other page or something that would lift easily. Like this lovely gal here, because it's a portrait and it'll just be going into a plastic sleeve and there's no pastel, I'm not going to spray a fixative even after I do all the details. Same with this one. It's just gelatos. So I don't need to spray it. But my gal here, because I did use pan pastels, I'm going to spray it because as I put it into the plastic sleeve, this is going to shift and rub against that sleeve, and then the pan pastels are going to get all over my paper. So those are the times I use it. Basically, if it can transfer. Yeah, the workable fixative, I hate the wax sheets. I buy them, I have them in my books, they annoy the crap out of me. I tend to only use them if I have a whip, and then I get rid of them. I'd rather spray it and be able to close the stupid book. So, let's get to know you guys enjoy the backgrounds. But yeah, definitely leave me a comment in the you can't leave comments right now, but once the stream's over, leave a comment below. And then I will try to go back and update the description since this was live stream number 2, since the first one didn't connect. But yeah, thank you all for hanging out with me. No, I don't use them on inks, Suzanne. I don't need to because it doesn't transfer. And the gelatos and stuff like that, they dry and they don't transfer for me. So I personally don't spray them. But yeah, leave comments below if there's like things you struggle with backgrounds, and I'll try to incorporate those into my videos as well. But I am going to take off, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. So until then, bye everyone.